Yo guys, what's going on? It's Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new patch that should have just started as this video came out. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this one here today, and of course, make sure you're subscribing to the channel for more PvE content. Let's dive right into this one here today, my friends. This should be for patch 0.14.9.1. Now, for full transparency, this is being pre-recorded 6 hours early before the patch actually drops. So if the patch notes did just drop or they drop within the next 6 hours, I don't have access to that information at the time of recording. So anything is subject to change, as always, with BSG and dropping patches. So the estimated downtime for this patch is 4 hours. We saw the estimated downtime of, I think it was 6 or 8 hours of the last patch. That ran super long. It was 10 hours total. When it comes to a 4-hour patch and what I'm seeing with the roadmap, I don't think it's going to be extended as long as it was. You know, they were adding a whole ass trader last time. We're not doing that this time. I think 4 hours is probably going to be accurate. Throw on an extra hour just in case. 5 hours on a minimum is a pretty good, safe bet when it comes to BSG. But I think 4 hours, they'll probably have it done by then. And every once in a blue moon, you have the patch finish a little early. So let's go ahead and hope for that. So when it comes to Arena, you're going to get some new outfits and a unique item. At least you should. And that's going to be patch 1.8.1. But we're here to talk about the EFT patch, which should be right here on the roadmap. So the very first one on the roadmap was the Ref 1, and that was Escape from Tarkov and the Arena. And we should now be on the top middle two here, the Arena one, which I just mentioned, and the June patch. So all we see in the bullet points here are expansions and bonuses for EOD and for the Unheard Edition. Shout out to True Believers. And then PvE matching improvements. So we're going to talk about PvE last. But as for, you know, some of the other stuff that's in a little bit later in the roadmap, I would expect that on the 20th. So I would not expect that today, especially that armor system adjustment. That is what I am most excited for. We just made a video on that like 6 to 7 hours ago. Check that out if you have not seen the new hitboxes for the armor. Looks absolutely amazing. I am super excited. But I would probably expect that near like June 20 range. Right now, I think we are just going to get what it shows here on the roadmap is some of these expansion bonuses, which we've already got some of, and the PvE matching improvements. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Reddit. I think in the ref patch, we were, you know, speculating a little bit with some of the stuff that was talked about on Reddit from BSG. So let's head over there. So we'll start with EOD stuff that might not be implemented yet. And honestly, it's not too much. They have added a lot of this stuff already on this list when it comes to the EOD edition. So really the first main thing is going to be the unique items, unique PMC dog tag, unique armband, and the unique PMC clothing. That is one of the things that a lot of people are excited for, and I don't know if they are specifically going to be making the cultist jacket something unique for EOD and Unheard, or just Unheard. I honestly just don't remember which one it is. But when it comes to that, a lot of this unique stuff is probably going to be added. A lot of the other stuff on this list is either not ready or already in the game. So stuff that's already in the game is probably faster insurance. Everybody already has access to PvE. The trader limits have already been increased. The stim has already been introduced. The increased charisma has already been introduced. I'm not sure if nostalgia is there. I believe that's already a task in the game from Jaeger, so I don't know really what we're going to be doing about that. I don't know if the task is going to be changed. When it comes to the legacy device, I can guarantee you that is not ready yet. And we already got the 2 daily tasks for free, and we can already change our names and icons. So when it comes to EOD stuff, the unique items are kind of all that's left. As for the PMC Karma, there's absolutely no way that is ready. It just did not sound ready from how Nikita was talking about it in Tarkov TV. There's no way it's ready yet, and it's probably not even close. It might even have to wait until full release of the game. So as for EOD, potentially just expect a few unique items that are cosmetic, and that's about it. I just answered my question right here. I'm not going to edit it out. But as for the cultist jacket, it will be an exclusive to Unheard Edition members. So we're going to also get a unique dog tag as well for Unheard. And we'll probably also be getting the EOD clothing as well. But same thing here, ability to change your nickname, already a thing. As for if everybody with Unheard has Arena, I don't know if that was implemented fully, so that could definitely be something you would get access to if you don't already have Arena. And as for the distress signal, I do not think that is ready either. Nikita just very recently in Tarkov TV was talking about how it still needs balance and it still needs a little bit of work, so I don't think that's going to be ready either. And honestly, a lot of the stuff has already been added in the previous patch, and we really don't have too much to look forward to except for new clothing. But I think the main thing here that is worth talking about is the PvE matching. Now, I don't know if this is the localization patch, but either way, this can only be a positive for PvE when it comes to helping out the matching. I don't care what we got to do, but if we could just completely eliminate wait times over like 7-8 minutes just completely, that's a step in the right direction. Now weekends, I will cut them some slack. I mean, there is going to be such an increase in the player base on weekends. I'll cut them some slack. But anytime during the week, if we are sitting in queues for more than 2 to 3 minutes, it just does not make sense. The other night at 3 a.m. on a Sunday, you know, that's 3 a.m. on fucking US servers, I should not be waiting 13 minutes to get into a ground zero, which is debatably the worst PvE map right now. That's insane. And like I said, I'll cut them some slack on weekends, but at 3 a.m., that's crazy. So when it comes to just overall matching, if it's not localization, I just hope we can see just better queue times, less waits, more servers. I don't care how they do it. I don't care what they do, but anything at this point is going to be an improvement. Now, if we see the localization, there's a couple concerns that the community has that me personally, I'm not that worried about, but I will address them. So I think the number one concern right now when it comes to localization for PvE is the potential for cheaters and what they could do to the game. Listen, if all of the games that we play are protected, all of our servers are protected, I really wouldn't be too concerned about it, to be completely honest. Let BSG be concerned with it. You know, let's just say people are loot vacuuming or ESPing loot, whatever. You know, if they're going to tank the shit on the flea market, who gives a fuck? It is so easy to make money in PvE that you really shouldn't be concerned with it at all. You know, I can understand if just hypothetically they absolutely tanked the GPU market from 1.2 million down to like 200,000 rubles. But at the end of the day, that's going to help the majority of people, and it only hurts the people who actually find GPUs in their raids. And, you know, at this point, it really just does not matter. There is billions and billions and billions of rubles already flowing in PvE. There are hundreds of thousands of players selling, buying. I really do not think it's going to make that much of a difference. And yeah, over time it could, but at this point I'm not worried about it, and you shouldn't be either. Don't listen to people spreading the negativity. Just enjoy the game how it's meant to be enjoyed, and just act like the shit's not happening. That's the best way to thoroughly enjoy the experience of Escape from Tarkov, and a popular saying in life is ignorance is bliss. And probably the main other concern is that it's going to absolutely tank your FPS because you're going to be running the server. You know, if you hop into an offline raid right now and you turn all the AI off, the game runs so flawlessly on every single map. Even Streets runs really well. But the moment the AI do start spawning in, it does get pretty laggy, especially when those bodies start to stack up. And it is definitely a valid concern from people with lower end PCs. If it's going to be just like how the offline mode already is, there are some concerns that the longer you are in a raid, the more entities that are spawning on the map and the more entities that are remaining on the map once they are killed, you could see some pretty significant performance drops. And I think that's something that if BSG is not prepared to, you know, commit a solution to, I don't think this is something that should be implemented. I think if we can get the queue times down to a minute or two every single time, that localization, you know, saving an extra 40 to 80 seconds won't be worth the performance hit you will take if, you know, running servers locally is similar to the offline mode. So that's just my take on it. Might not be the best take, might not be the right take, but that's just from kind of how I understand it so far, and we just have to see how things play out. But I'm really excited to see what this patch will bring. There will be a video on it once I wake up in a few hours after it is, either done installing or at least when it drops, I'll be up at some point and I will be making a video for you guys, either checking out the patch notes or hopping right in Tarkov and seeing what's new. Do me a favor, make sure you drop it a like on this one, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Sponsored equipment description below. It's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'm out.